guys? We are live. We'll get going in just a minute. Um, Gonna have music playing probably throughout the stream a little bit, but this is a drawing that I have been working on for the past couple of days, and yeah, I don't know. I just thought I would just do a live session with you guys, so you guys can watch me as I continue to continue to work on it. Again, I'm gonna apologize if I cough throughout the live stream. I do apologize. If anyone happens to hop in the chat, feel free to go ahead and just say hello or where you're watching from or whatever you want to do. I can see your guys' chats, so just thought I would put that out there. Okay, let me kind of show you what I've got going on. I've got quite a bit of layers over here, and let me turn the music down just a little bit. There we go. But yeah, so I've got this other piece that attaches onto her. So it's kind of built thing I've got going on. I'm probably gonna leave it in the drawing, but I think just for the purpose of continuing, I'm gonna hide it right now just so that we can just so it's not in the way, because sometimes an object this big can actually kind of get in the way, at least when you're trying to think creatively. So it will probably be there in the end result, but we're just going to leave it out the drawing for right now. Okay, what I was thinking on doing was actually creating another character further off in the background. So I might do that. You can still see we've got all of this stuff back here that we got to fill in. Still kind of rough, but it's coming around. So what I think I'm going to do though is actually I'm going to leave her there, and I'm going to just draw the character on a new layer. And I had this idea of this weird, like really big, kind of like Titan character behind her. So I might try that. I don't know if we'll actually go with it, but I'm going to go. We'll see how it comes out. Let's bring this layer all the way to the top, and then we'll move it around later. Okay, so let's just gonna start drawing. So I was kind of thinking on something. I kind of want this picture to be a little creepy, just a little bit. So we're gonna have it almost to where this character is kind of like behind her and kind of like looking at her. So yeah, we'll just see where we go. And then I'm gonna turn on another song real quick. Oh gosh, that's terrible. Okay, that's decent enough. Turn it down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so back to this. So what I'm gonna do is do the rest of his body kind of coming down right in here. You know what? Actually, maybe let's. I was gonna leave her. Let's just go ahead and turn her off. We'll just kind of put this right here. Hello. Hey. How are you guys doing? Nice to see you guys in the chat. I know it's probably just sending a notification to some of you guys that I'm actually live, but we just started, so you didn't miss anything. Okay, so just do this. And then let's see, I'm gonna try to keep my arm off of my desk because it tends to shake the camera a little bit when you guys are watching. I don't want it to be too frustrating. Just thought of an idea. I'm gonna give him kind of these different kind of legs. So we'll give him these kind of like mech robotic kind of legs. Should be kind of cool. Okay. So we'll just do that. Let's shrink him down just a little bit because he's a little little in the way. So let's see. Let's do one hand here, or the other part of his arm, just for the sake of this. No, never mind. You guys can actually. I think you guys can see it. Okay. So we're gonna give him really long, creepy fingers. So again, 4 fingers. Yeah. Okay. And then the other hand. Let's scoot him over a little bit. Now, this character is probably not going to be quite as detailed as the girl that we just had there standing there a minute ago, or floating there, I should say. But we'll just see what we go. We'll see what we come up with. Okay. So this particular character, we're just sketching out just the shape of him, but I'm kind of thinking maybe something a little more on the lines of kind of like a Tim Burton kind of style, something creepy, kind of like that, something like that in the background. Um, so yeah, so there, I'll make them a little smaller so you can kind of see the form of what I'm going with. So that's what we're aiming for. So that look, and let's get another song going. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna select. Oh gosh, what would look better? Should we try? Let's go with the color of the background for his eyes. Let's see. This could change, but we're just gonna go with that for right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna duplicate. Oops, there we go. I'm gonna duplicate this layer and make it a little bit more intense. But also too, I'm going to let's do this. Let's do completely all black. Just like so. Zoom in a little so you guys can see. So this is very subtle, but we're just doing a little bit of the shadow layer. Just a little bit. You guys may not be able to see this part directly on camera, but don't worry, I'm gonna change it up in a minute so you guys will be able to see a little bit better on what I'm doing. You might be able to see that just a tad bit, but it's still probably a little difficult. Okay, then let's brighten those up a little. Okay, so I'm going to take these two layers, merge them together, and I'm going to come over here and then brighten this up a little bit. So we'll just do it about right there. That looks good. Okay. So now, the thing that's really going to make this character pop is the highlights. So I'm going to select this color again and then get a little bit brighter of that, brighter version of that color, or a lighter color version, I should say. And then we will trace out a little bit the outline of his head. So we want to be able to tell the head is actually like hanging over, like kind of like he's almost like he's getting ready to stoop down or something. So that's what we're going for. Okay. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. And then let's do the part right here on his eyes. Make that a little bit thicker. Just like so. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on his back. This is a background character, so very important for you guys to remember that. But we're gonna blend him in with the rest of the picture pretty well. I think it's gonna look great. And what? Is our song over already? Okay, let's turn on another one. I always get spooked when I like play music during the live stream because I don't want it to be like some crappy music coming on and everyone thinks I got like bad taste in music. But yeah. Actually, I kind of like this one. Turn it up a little. There we go. Let's do a little bit like it there. Finger. And here and right there. That looks good. Okay, so I'm going to merge those two together. And then just for the sake of it, let's kind of see how this is coming along. So I'm going to take this and move this all the way back to probably about right here. So he's going to be off in the background. Let's bring our main character back because we need to position this so we know like where he's going to be. That's creepy, isn't it? Oh gosh, hold on, I just made a terrible mistake. Okay, so let's see. So let's we need him kind of, this is going to be the tough part because I don't want to take away the focus. And actually he probably needs to go back a little bit further. No, we can't do that. Okay, so let's see. We may have to, we could probably put him about right there. What do you guys think? I think that kind of looks cool. So we're going to have to move some things around, but I think him standing right here, I think that will kind of look, like I said, we're probably going to have to move some things around because I don't want him to, let's try that. Now there's a layer I have with some birds, so we're probably going to have to move those birds around. So let's put the birds right up there. I think that looks better. And then I'm curious as to if I'm going to need to, actually I like the song, I'm going to play it again. I feel like I might need to make her a little bit smaller in order to get everything to fit into this picture correctly. So let's try that. Let's just see how it looks. Maybe make her just a little bit small. Oh, you know what? Hold on real quick. There's something I want to do. I want to duplicate this layer of her just so we have a fresh one for her in case we just epically mess up. I don't think that'll be the case, but we'll put all of this together. And then shrink her down a little bit. So we'll put her maybe about right there. How does that look? I think that's a little bit better because we had, prior to that, it was, here, let's bring this one back. So we're going from, let's scoot it over. So we're going from that height to that height. I think that looks better because she's kind of big right there. Yeah, I think that looks better. Now, one thing we're gonna have to do though is readjust the size of the belt that goes around her. So let's go ahead and do, actually, we can do that later. So let's leave that where it is for right now. So I think this is what we're gonna go with. I think we're gonna leave her this size, and then in order to make sure that her hair doesn't get lost with the creature in the back, we're gonna have to change that up a little bit. Okay, so let's hide her again, and let's go back. We're gonna go back to working on the creature. So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and let's actually get this color. Oops. Okay, there we go. Let's get this red, fill him in just like that, and then we're going to make it a little bit darker, drop the opacity on it. You see, we got that more of that red kind of tone on him, which looks kind of nice, but we need to kind of make sure it's not a little too overpowering, so we're just going to erase over it just a little bit. Now that looks good. Now, what I want to do though, in order to make him look a little more intense, like his eyes, they need to actually like pop with that glow. Um, let's see. Let's do. That kind of looks good. I kind of like that. Um, yeah, that looks good. So let's try getting our. There we go. Let's try going with this light pen. Hopefully, no one has nightmares because because of this. I think it'll be fine though. But I think it's cool. I'm kind of happy with how it's coming along because like she looks pretty good right there. She's got her buddy in the background. So yeah. Okay, let's hide her again. So let's go back to editing him a little bit more because we got to work on his lighting. The other thing too is we want to make sure that our colors go fairly well with hers. So what I'm thinking is there's a lot of red down here, so it'd be cool to make it look like there's light actually shining up onto the underneath of him, especially since this is like a machine character. Then we would kind of want to represent that. So what I'm gonna do is start with some highlights right here, and a little bit right there. Just do that, and we're gonna make these a lot brighter too, so don't worry. Okay, so we've got that right there, and then I'm thinking when he's like hunched over, like his stomach should kind of have like these little like coils kind of in there. So we'll just kind of make those stand out just a little bit right there. And then we're gonna do some of that lighting right here on this side of him. Just like so. And then maybe just a tad bit of light right here underneath just to show the shape of where his head is. So we'll do that. And maybe make it a little bit thicker right here. Just like so. It's coming together, guys. And honestly, we haven't spent that much time. Okay. When she's bigger, it looks like she's closer to us. I like the smaller size better. Yeah. I agree. Last time I'm gonna play this song, guys. It's got me in a really good vibe. So I'm just gonna play it one more time, but then we'll move on to another song. Actually, I should download this one. I gotta put it in one of my videos. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. I know it's a little early. I was gonna live stream a little bit later, but I usually get busy. Like I don't know, when it's just evening time, I just kind of end up doing other stuff. So, also too, we have natural lighting too, which is actually pretty cool. So I didn't have to use like lights. So I don't know. It's just kind of nice drawing at daytime. So hopefully that's okay. This live stream will be up for people later on to come back and watch it too. And feel free to comment too, because I always come back and read the comments on all of my videos. So even some of my videos that have been up for years, I still come back and read the comments. So that's pretty cool, right? What do you guys think? I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's looking pretty good. We still have some more tricks up our sleeve for what we're gonna do. Let's see. Let's try making that a little bit stronger. Oh, I see someone's just commented. Let me see. Hello. Oh, hello. Okay, so we've got now what I'm gonna do though, I don't want to do it too much, but I'm gonna blur this in Just a little bit, just a tad bit right up there. Okay, so we've got this creepy creature, and we're gonna merge all of that together. So there we go. And then if we bring her back, then yeah, so now we've got both of them. So they're both teamed up. And I think what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna leave him where he is, and or leave her. Sorry, we're gonna leave her, and we're gonna play around with some different colors. So I'm gonna take that saturation up pretty high, and then we're gonna let's see. That almost gives it more of a rustic look. So I might play around with that a little bit, and then kind of just erase over some spots. So that way it kind of gives them some separation, because if you're not seeing that light cast up on her directly and a little bit more back here, you kind of get the idea of, okay, that maybe he's further off in the background, which is kind of cool. So we're going to come over here with our color balance and play around with some of these colors real quick, just a little bit, or add a little bit of more yellow to him. I think that looks good. Okay, cool. So what we'll do now is let's go ahead and hide her again. And I'm going to, we're going to work on the highlights that are where the light should be casting like behind him. So we're going to do that. So what that means is, let me show you. So what we're going to do is, so there should be a little light that's coming over the top of him, because like we have our main light source right back in here in this part right here. Actually, let's get that exact color. And you know what? I think I'm using Studio Pen. Yeah. Let's go with it. Let's just go with it for now. So we're gonna just kind of do some highlights right here on his back, and we'll just go all the way across, just like so. Oops, you can do better than that. You can do better than that. Okay, so we'll just do a little bit right here, just like so. So yeah, just a little bit, and we'll actually put just a tad bit right here, because we want that to kind of look like the light's hitting right there as well. We'll do it a little bit right here, these little top parts right up here, maybe a little bit right there, just a little bit. And we're gonna merge all of this together. Like it's gonna, actually, you know what? Let's just leave it like that for right now. Okay, I'm gonna drop the opacity on that though, because I don't want that too strong. Oops, there we go. Come on, there we go. Right, maybe about right there, and we're gonna kind of blur the edges of that a little bit. Oops, that was way too much. We're gonna blur these down. I hope all of you guys are doing well with all of this. I know I say this in every live stream, but that's only because uh, I mean it. But I hope you guys are all doing well with this coronavirus stuff that's going on. So I hope you guys are staying safe and staying positive, because this is a very strange time that we're living in right now, guys. Like, I mean, when it's not often that you can be like, oh yeah, I was around when the world shut down. Like that's it's just it's crazy. So I hope you guys are staying safe. Okay, let's just kind of tuck all that back together real quick and merge those two together. What I'm gonna do is probably turn up our saturation a little bit more. But here's a big part. So here's what we're gonna do. So we need to make him look a little more three-dimensional. So we're gonna make a little bit of shadow. This is gonna give us quite a bit of room to play with. Make sure we have the round brush for our eraser. And we're just gonna kind of start erasing over some spots on him. So let's kind of give it more of an actual more rounded look, which is actually quite nice. Maybe make sure not to do it too much in the wrong areas, because not trying to make extra work for ourselves. Okay, so just do it right here, right there. Make sure we want these areas of like where that light is hitting. We want those to pop pretty strong, so we're going to erase a little bit harder on those, just like so. get right there. Get right here. A little bit lighter right there on those parts. Just like so. I think that looks pretty good. There we go. Hold on real quick. Let me see. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just saw someone had left a comment, so I was just peeking. I really love live streaming with you guys, man. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, oh man, I'm so, I hate to say it, but I'm just kind of so overdoing like editing videos, man. I've been doing it we've been running this channel since 2013. Can you believe that? And I'm just kind of like, at this point, like, the live streaming is just where I feel like is the future of this channel goes. Um, I don't know. It's more fun to draw with you guys than to just like upload a video and then later on uh, come back and check and see what you guys had to say. So, okay, let's leave her in the picture for a little bit now because we want to kind of get all of this to like mash up together quite nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get there we go. I'm going to get this and going to make just a few spots on him stand out a little bit brighter than the others. So, just like so. Oops, we can do better than that. Okay. Let's come on right here. Right in here too. So we'll just do this right here. Once you get the form down, guys, of like your drawings, like it is so much easier to just go in there and then start detailing because then you can actually see like, oh, I want to detail this little spot. And what I'm doing right now is using that light pen. I've been doing this more recently with using this for more of like my highlights because it actually has been it's actually been working out a lot better for certain things and in some cases. Um, but yeah, for doing highlights though, it's actually worked out quite nicely. So I'm actually pretty happy with this. Okay. Now I have a few tricks for you guys that I think you'll actually really enjoy. Um, especially because here's the thing, right? We we want the lighting is key, guys. Like lighting is really key. So in order to pull that off, I'm gonna show you something that will actually really I don't know, that doesn't look great. Well, I'll just leave it there for right now. um oh, you know what? Oh, let me turn those leaves off real quick because we need to get ah we need to get oh gosh. We need to get this side right over here. Just like that. That looks pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. That looks pretty good. Oh gosh, my hands. It's really warm in the room where I'm at right now, so it's like trying to get the picture to move or get my fingers to slide on the screen is kind of a little bit of a challenge right now. It's a little annoying, but we'll get through it. Together, we will get through this. Okay, so let's hide her real quick because I need to get this leg. Just like so. That's way too much. What are you doing? Come on, Johnson. Okay. Okay. Like so you can put a little something right there. Just a little dot. That works. Also too on his head, that little shine up there. Kind of want to wiggle that in so it's not so sharp. It looks a little more dull. That looks good. Okay, so let's merge all of that together. So there we go. So now he's all one. And oh gosh, come on. I don't know. Does that happen to you guys? Your hands just get like, ugh, drives me, drives me pretty much up the wall. So let's do. I don't know how this is gonna look, but let's. All right. Um, actually, what am I doing? Let's actually keep this color. I thought it might be kind of cool to give him one of those like kind of like stitch looking mouths, possibly. And we'll just draw a line straight through it. I don't know how that looks. That looks really creepy. Oh boy, I don't know how I feel about that. What do you guys think? I don't know. Those of you who are watching, just give me a comment. Just be like, keep the smile or get rid of it. Um, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Hold on. That's one layer. Maybe we can change the color. Let's see. What would that look like? Watch it. Okay. So let's change this. Maybe if we do it like a more, maybe it's just more subtle. That pink kind of looks cool. Wait a minute, let me see. I saw someone comment it. I like the smile. Is he with her or against her? Yeah, very important. So here's the thing. So I'm thinking he is with her. She doesn't necessarily have to be the good person because, and she really doesn't. I mean, I don't know. I like drawing characters that are like kind of you have to figure it out for your own. Like she could be a good character, like in just a really crappy environment, or she could be the reason that everything looks the way it does. So, and you know what? The smile's kind of wearing on me, so we're gonna leave it because I like that like hot pink kind of look, and it also kind of goes well with her the power that's coming out of her fingers. So I think that kind of looks good. I kind of wanted him to have the vibe of like a scarecrow a little bit, hence why we have the weird creepy fingers on him. Which, speaking of those, we can actually shape those up a little bit. So I'm just going to slice. Wait, hold on. Here we go. That was a little too much. We're going to slice these up a little bit and make them a little bit sharper. Just like so. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And we're going to have to do the same thing with the other hand. And it's just here in the dark, so it's like you can't really see it, but um, I don't know. We'll come back to it a little bit later. Um, ah, this is the one thing that's annoying about drawing on the iPad is how slippery the screen is. I should have a screen protector on. That would probably just do the trick. Uh, but yeah. Okay, so lighting. Now we're still not done with texturing him, but to show you guys a little bit of what my plans are for the lighting. So what we need to do is now, mind you, he's further behind her, so I want the light to almost look more. How would you say? How would you? Uh, I don't know, more majestic kind of looking. I don't. I don't know, guys. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna get a new. I'm gonna get this. We're gonna draw this little spot right in here. We're gonna pick the areas on where we do this because we want it to come out right. So we're gonna do a little bit here, just a little bit, and a little bit right there. I hope you guys are paying close attention. Just kidding. I'm okay, I'm just messing. We're gonna do a little bit right up here, just along that right there, just a little bit, just like so. And let's actually let's hide her again and put a little bit right here, and some right there, and some right here. Just like so. Okay, and we might as well put just a tad bit right there and then a little right here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm going to blur this out a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that glorious? So we're gonna make it a little less intense so it's not quite as strong. But now look, so let's see. So if I move him over, if I hide that light layer, You see how we got that nice little bloom popping through? That looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, so we can bring her back out. Okay, so there's that. And then also too, we need his hands, like he's pretty big, so he needs to be casting some shadow. So I'm going to create a new layer, and this time we're going to get not black, but we're going to get a dark burgundy that almost looks black. And then what I'm going to do is a little lighting trick. So let's see. I just want to make sure I put it in pretty much the appropriate area. So let's see. So let's just do a little a little bit here, a little bit right here, and just kind of like so. I know that might look weird, but I promise it's gonna change. So I'm gonna drop the opacity on it just a little bit. So see, that way it's like shadows, which is kind of cool and creepy, but we're gonna change that up a little bit. Actually, let's wait on the blur because there's probably a few other spots where we can put that. So it actually might look cool to put a little bit right, just a little bit right in here, just like so. Okay, and oh, we got 6 likes on the video. Nice. It's always encouraging when I see people click like, because then that way, that way I know that like, yeah, people, yeah, they like what you're doing. So cool. Okay, so let's blur that up a little bit, just a little bit, just so we got that nice little, just where you can tell there's some shadow being cast there from his big hand. I don't want it too strong. I don't want it too light. So I'll just do that. I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, because the point is I want him to kind of look a little creepy, um, and I'm trying to think like I'm wondering, do I want him completely in focus or should he be a little more out of focus? So let me show you how it looks like if he's out of focus. Okay, so this is with the camera completely focused on the two of them. If I change that a little bit, you see how whoa, too much. Oh, look at that. My actual camera went out of focus when we did that. That's crazy. Um, so that's what it would look like if he's out of focus. And then that's a little more sharp. It might be harder for you guys to see that, but it definitely gives more of a pop. So look, keep your eye here, right here, and then right here. So you'll actually see the distance. You see how that looks like the camera's focused on her now. So that's one way you can actually make it look like you have cameras in Procreate because there are no cameras, but that's how you would get that effect. So I'm not really sure right now. I kind of like both versions. I kind of like him out of focus just because it's kind of creepy with him being like that, and it also keeps the focus on her. Here's what I'm gonna do because I don't want to like have to redraw this character, so I'm just gonna duplicate him and then hide him down here with her. So I really need to like create groups for my layers because they are just really friggin' messy right now. But whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna put him just a little bit out of focus, just a little bit, guys, because I kind of like that look. Because the thing is, it's like he is a like I said at the beginning of this video, he is a background character, right? He's a background character, so I don't want to take the focus because the main focus is her. It is the case, and so I think if we, oh, you know what though? There's a problem. There's a serious problem. So keep an eye on this too when you guys are working. So he's in focus, which is right. Okay. Oh, I mean, he's out of focus. Sorry. So he's out of focus. She's in focus. But these freaking birds up here, can you guys see them? So here's the problem. So with them being in this position right here, they need to be out of focus as well because they're small. So that means that they're further off in the background. So technically they're closer to him. So in order for that to be visually correct, what we would need to do is make them out of focus as well. So let's just like that. That looks pretty friggin' good. Maybe just a little less. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. Here, let me go back and show you what it looked like before. Okay, so see, that's them all sharp. Wait here. That's them all sharp. And that's them out of focus. Now you see what I mean? That looks a lot better, doesn't it? It looks a lot better. And so once you start doing this, it starts messing around with the whole drawing because, like, see, we've got this thing here in the background, like this, like weird shape. We've got that in the background, and what needs to happen is that needs to go out of focus as well because he is he's in front of it. So if you see, like, okay, look, so I'm gonna hide it. So you see that? So this is completely behind him. So in order for that to be, we can't have him out of focus and then this in focus and then her in focus. Otherwise, it throws off the consistency of the drawing. So we need to make this a little out of focus as well in the background. So if anything, it needs to be more out of focus than he is. So you see what I mean? So it can't be on the exact same level because this is much further in the background. So the level of focus needs to be even stronger. So or a level of out of focus a lot stronger. So this needs to be much more blurred than he is. And I think that looks a lot better. What do you guys think? By the way, guys, we're at freaking 9 likes. That's pretty awesome. Let's see if we can get to 10. We've been drawing for 2 minutes. Wow, we're having a blast because I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I thought maybe I don't know. I just didn't feel like we were at that point, but I guess we are. So, this is looking pretty good. I'm actually pretty satisfied. Now, here's the cool part. Okay, now what I'm thinking is maybe we should have like some. It's like they were going through where like destruction has been, right? There's definitely some destruction right here. So, wouldn't it be cool is if we add some like some flames, like some sparks, all that cool stuff. So let's do that. Let's gosh, okay. So we really need to let's put all of those in one group. Did I do that right? Oh, hold on. I think I just messed that up. Okay, let's just let's just leave it alone for right now because I don't want to mess around. Okay, so we've got that lighting right there. That lighting and this that shadowing. So remember the shadow here on his fingers. So let's merge that lighting and shadow together. So let's just make those all in one because it only makes sense. Um, and then let's do. Oh, hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, I hope it's not like washing out much. I can drop. Here, let's do this. I can drop the contrast a little bit, so it might be a little more pleasant on your guys' eyes. I think that's better. It's not so washed out back here in the background. Okay. So let's do this. I talked about sparks. So let's make some sparks fly. So let's do this. Let's go and get a nice, good, bright yellow, and then let's get our light pen. And then what we're gonna do is just start throwing some sparks out there. So let's see. So let's just throw them off here in the background. So I don't know how many of you were actually around when I was doing that small comic series on my channel, The Greatest Journey. Doesn't she look like Lucy? I think I called her Lucy. It's been so long since I've done that show, but I'm pretty sure I called her Lucy. Um, but yeah, I think it kind of looks like her a little bit, which is kind of cool. So, someone asked me a couple months ago if I was ever gonna like continue with that show, and that would be cool if I did, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay. What I'm gonna do though is actually I think these sparks. I think they need to be more of a reddish tint. There we go. That looks better. Does not look better. Okay. So now here's the thing though. So I'm gonna take a couple of these. We're gonna duplicate those first, hide that, and then these need to be out of focus as well because they're off in the background. But here's the thing: since they're so small, we're not gonna do it too heavy, just so they don't kind of get lost. And then with that second layer, that I just took, we're going to bring that all the way back up to the top. And then we're going to do a small, cool little trick. So we're going to bring some a little bit closer to the camera, but throw them out of focus. Just a little bit. Just like that. And then maybe even make them a little less noticeable. Just like that. The thing is like we're really trying to create this environment so it looks believable, like, like there's actually stuff going on. So there's that. I'm also getting. I gotta. Jeez, man, I gotta merge some of this stuff together. Otherwise, this is just too much. I hate having this many layers. Uh, yeah, I don't like having that many layers. Also too, we have this whip thing that's coming out, and I'm not completely sold on having it in the picture right now. We're gonna leave it out for right now, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. How do you feel about it? How do you guys feel about this drawing? I'm really loving this. Honestly, like it's coming together better than I thought it was going to. Um, but I want to do something real quick. So let's see what else can we merge together. Because oh yeah, duh, we had the I had these hidden. I had these leaves falling, and I don't know if I want to leave them completely, but they look kind of cool. Um, it looks so cool. Hold on, let me see. Hello, I have a question. How do you know all of that? What exactly do you mean? How do I know all of like what I'm talking about? Or what are you talking about? Like the stuff with like the depth of like having things in focus and out of focus. Um, Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I answer your question properly. Um, so yeah, if you can clarify a little bit more on what it is that you mean, I would be happy to answer. Um, yeah. So okay. Okay. So the birds, the birds. Let's see. We can merge those with because they're not really. Let's actually merge them with the big guy because they're all kind of background stuff. So a lot of times I like merging the background stuff together. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and merge the light with him because that's all. That all just needs to be in one place. Um, so we'll merge that, and these two back here, we'll leave those, and these leaves. I don't know, guys. I mean, I pulled these from one of my other drawings. Um, but I think for now we're gonna just say goodbye to them for right now because I think I have some other ideas for things I would like to do. This is that one. That's it. Okay, those two can merge together. Um, layered management, y'all. Like for real. Uh, okay, so what I'm gonna do now? Here we go. Let's make this scene a little more uh, end of the world kind of looking. So what I'm gonna do is let's create a. You can't have a destruction scene without a freaking telephone pole down. Like it's a crime, guys. It should be a sin. So we're gonna make a telephone pole. And now here's the fun thing about when you're doing background stuff, you don't really have to go into like spending so much time detailing it. You really don't. So let's see. So the telephone pole is gonna probably be sticking out about right here because we want to be able to see it. So it's probably going to be about right. You know what? Actually, let's make it a little bit smaller. Let's put some more depth into the picture. So the smaller things we have, we just kind of push that in the background. This will actually make it look a little bit smaller. So we're gonna actually, oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's push it there. Let's zoom way in, and actually here, let's do this. So let's put some. Uh, Geez. Okay, make it a little bit thicker. So let's just put some of this stuff right here. And then right there, just like so. And you guys are about to see magic. Okay, so let's have the telephone wires just kind of down and broken. They're down in the dumps. All this stuff. The world has gone to hell. Okay, so we're gonna push that right there. Now this needs to be behind everything for the most part, except for the background back there. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is actually let's blur this. Okay, so this is where the magic comes in. Okay, you guys keep your eye on that telephone pole. That looks good. So it's out of focus, and then we're gonna erase that because we don't want it actually coming over. Hold on, I'm gonna erase that right there, and just like so. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now, here's something else we're going to do. I want it to almost look like, remember, I said atmosphere, okay? So it looks like there's a lot of like light and smoke going on in the picture. So I'm actually going to drop the opacity on that telephone pole so that it disappears further off in the background. So we can tell that we can see it, but our mind knows that, okay, that object is further off in the background. So this is tiny little tiny little details, guys. This is where all that crazy stuff kicks in. So I'm actually going to merge that with the background just because it's that far back. Like we're not really going to go too much further than that back there. So we're just going to leave that. So that would just be something that somebody will, if they're just studying the picture, they'll be like, oh, look at that. There's a there's a telephone pole back there. So cool stuff. Um, I think that's looking pretty good. Trying to see if this person responded with their questions. I want to answer before I end the stream because I try not to go over an hour with my live streams, just because I want to make it easy for people watching. So I'm checking the chats right now, but I don't see them responding. So, um, okay, well maybe they'll respond within a few minutes before. Um, yeah. Also, too, I kind of want to move him around a little bit. So like his which actually looks cool. So see how his shoulders is kind of like this one's going down, this one's going up. I kind of want to push this one down a little bit further just because it kind of gives him more character. So we'll pull his shoulder up a little bit, just a little bit, just like so. Just kind of push all of that. Yeah, I think that looks good. So it's looking pretty good, guys. I'm pretty happy with it. Now, oh, let me see. Will you ask? No, so I don't think that would be too much at all. Um, I think putting some more wires laying around. Actually, you know what? Because you comment on almost all of my videos, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this specially just for you. Okay, this wire is dedicated to you, so we're gonna have a downed wire just for you. Okay, so I'm gonna do that right now. So this is for you. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna make it special. So what we're gonna do is let's see. Let's figure out a spot where to put the wire. Oh, I got it. Here's what we'll do. We'll put the wire coming from back here. Okay, so we'll just oh my gosh, wait, hold up. Hold up. Okay. Let's do that. I forgot we need to be all the way at the top if we're doing this. Okay, so let's put that wire right back in here like it's down. It's actually going down. Okay, here, let me, oops. Okay, let's actually just continue. So it's gonna go down, down like this. And then we're actually gonna have it come up and it will make it thicker. Just like so. Okay, so it's gonna be like that, right? But we need to erase some spots to make it believable. So there's actually, the reason why I put that there is because there's a little dip from this platform right here to this one. So we're going to erase everything from here and right in here. Now the reason why we do, I put that little dip is to just go ahead and give us the form of what we're trying to accomplish. So that way it looks like the wire is actually like falling over this and then creeping back up on top. So we're going to put, it's just a tiny little spot I'm trying to, there we go. Okay, so, and then I'm going to trim up the wire a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Okay. You're going to trim it up just a little bit right here. I'm going to cut it off sharp right there. And we're going to trim this because that looks just terrible. Okay. Okay, cool. So see, the wire is there, but we're nowhere near done with that wire. So what I actually want to do is I'm going to actually make the wire a lot brighter. So let's do that. And then I'm going to duplicate that again, and then we're going to go back to dark. And the reason I'm doing that is you'll see in just a second. So let's do this. Change the opacity on it a little bit. Go with our eraser. And I'll just start erasing just like so. Just like that. And we're just trying to give this wire a little bit of like form so it doesn't look like it's just completely flat. And then I'm going to show you something else that's really cool. So I think you'll actually like this. At least I hope you like it. Okay. So let's see. Let's do this. Okay. So let's merge these two together, right? Okay. And then we're come back here in our curves. And we're gonna make it a little bit darker, but you see it's got some form to it, which is kind of nice. So it's dark, but we still have something else to do. So we actually want that to be believable because, okay, sure, you might say it looks like it's laying on there, but there's something else. There's a little trick you can do to make that actually look a lot more like it's actually laying on that. So what I'm going to do is we've got okay, we got a nice dark color. So what I'm going to do is remember, okay, very important. Remember, the light is coming from the top down here, shining down. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a shadow underneath that wire. So the shadow needs to cast about right here. Okay, now this is what makes it believable to make it look like it's actually laying on the ground. So that shadow needs to only be casting in this spot right here, and then we can just have it drop down that way just a little bit right there. And then we'll put just a tad bit right here. Okay, so I'll just do that. And then on this side, then we'll have it cast a little bit more. Oops, but we can actually do better than that. We can do better. Jeez. We can do better. Okay, so we'll just have that cast out a little bit more to the side. And then we'll have it just kind of flutter on down right over here. And then you can see shadow on water, so we'll actually just put that right there. Just like so. Okay, now that's not enough. Did I make the brush? No, none of these brushes I made. I didn't. Sorry, none of the brushes that I'm using are custom. These are all just the standard ones that come with Procreate. So I know Procreate is like super well known for being able to create your own brushes, but I just never get around to doing it. So, yeah. So these are all just generic brushes that come along. So let's make that a little bit darker. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got the downed wire, but it's still not done, and we've reached 10 likes for our video, which is really cool. So thank you guys. But okay, so here's the thing that I want to do though. I want to put let's do something cool. I like any time that I can add something glowing into my scene, I will do it. If it fits. Like I don't want to overdo it, but what I want to do though is we want this to be a live wire, right? We don't want this to be just a wire with no power because that's not fun. So we're gonna make this look a little bit more intense. We'll have it bleed into the wire a little bit so it looks like it's been ripped just a little bit. Oh, just like so. And then we'll just add some little sparks. Maybe we'll make this a little bit stronger so we can actually see that glow pop in there. There we go. So you definitely don't want to touch that one because it's popping right now. It's a hot wire. Okay. Actually, let's try playing around with the color of it. How would it look if it was like That kind of looks nice too, right? That kind of looks cool. But I think I like the blue. I think this is just something about the blue that looks really nice. So yeah, let me see if anyone else. Hope it doesn't fall into the water. Yeah, that's exactly what that is exactly what's happening. Um, yeah, we're in a bad situation. The wire has just fallen into the water, so this is also why she's hovering, which is kind of cool. Um, okay, so we're gonna merge all of that together, and let's actually pull it down to about right there because we want that to. Yeah, that looks good. Let's merge that wire with the ground. And then where are we at? Okay, we're at an hour. So I'm probably gonna wrap up this video pretty soon. But one little thing I want to try. I want to try this. So let's see. Let's go with our. Actually, no. Let's do this method. So kind of want to have a little interpretation of like a little like dust around her, like near her feet, so you kind of know she's like hovering over. So we're just gonna kind of create these little, just very small, just kind of little stuff like this right here, just like so. And we'll make this a little bit smaller, and then poof, just a little poofiness. This right here. Okay, maybe drop that down just a little bit. It's right there. We're gonna blur it up, just like so. And then I'm gonna make a new layer, come over here with a studio pen, and then we're just gonna kind of do some little, oh gosh, that's not right. Just kind of make it look a little comic-y. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, just like that. And then maybe make it a little bit brighter, just a little bit. Maybe blur it just a tad bit. Drop the opacity. Just like that, and the curves. Just like so. Merge all. Oh my gosh, my pencil's running out. Okay, well that's okay because, like I said, we were about to end anyway. So we'll just put that. Actually, let's go ahead and put, because it looks pretty good. So I think I'm going to drop it down a little bit lower. So we'll put it about right there. Yeah, I think that looks good. But what I'm going to do though is let's add a little bit. Let's turn the saturation up on that a little. Make this a little bit more like that. Just like so. Come over here, drop that down a little bit. Let's get the airbrush tool and slightly just erase this just a little bit. Now see, it just kind of gives it just a little bit of texture. Not too much. And merge those two together. Come over here with, oops, no, there we go. Just like so. Color balance. And just kind of like that. Yeah, just a little bit like that. And make it just a tad bit brighter. Just like so. I think that looks pretty good. So it looks like she's got a little dust kicking up around her feet, which is kind of cool. And yeah, so I think that's where we're gonna end for right now, guys. If you guys want me to come back to this drawing, just give it a big thumbs up. So be really cool. So thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me during this live stream. This has actually been a lot of fun. Let me turn this down a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better on how the drawing looks. There we go. That looks better. So you guys can see that. So yeah, so I think that looks pretty good. So we did quite a bit. So we've got I really like her tattoos. Those are really cool. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen anyone with tattoos on their arms like in that spot, but that'd be cool. Um So yeah, so we got that going on. Still might do a little bit of work on her. We'll figure out what we're gonna do, but I really like the little lightning bolts coming out of her fingers. Um, we've got the downed wire, so yeah, shout out for that. The downed wire. Um, we've got the telephone pole way back there in the background, which looks good. We've got the big creature up here. We've got the birds in the background. So yeah, it's all coming together. It's all looking pretty good. So I'm pretty satisfied with what we've got so far, guys. And yeah, I will try to live stream probably maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll come back to this tomorrow and do a little bit more. We're probably getting pretty close to it being done, just because I don't want to like over this drawing. So if anything else, we'll probably do maybe a little more detail just on different things. But as an overall drawing, we're probably not going to add any like significant pieces to the rest of it. But yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will try to notify you guys too, like on my social media before I go live, just to make sure that everyone doesn't miss out. Um, but yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. I love you all, you guys. Still, uh, please be safe. And with that being said, I will talk to you next time. All right, bye.